Hi Stampers, it's Elizabeth from StampScrapandMore.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Canada. And thank you for joining me today. We are going to be playing with Rainbow of Happiness stamp set, the coordinating dies, and the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper, which was a free Celebration item and is no longer available. If you have that Celebration item, great, you can use it. If not, you can use a generic small patterned Designer Series paper you have on hand. But before I get started, you see this pretty little pin here that says 10. Next month, I'm going to get one that says 15. I can't believe it's 15 years since I joined Stampin' Up! For the discount only, I might add. But I'm still here and I'm still loving it. And if you're curious what the very first card I ever made was, I still have it. It's called Unforgettable. And that was from 15 years ago. I used to work at a big box store, and a customer came in with a birthday card for another sales associate. And the other sales associate showed me the card, and I went, I need to do this. And I came home from work, signed up online, and the rest is history. So that's my very first card I saw and I recreated. So, and I still own it. Unforgettable. And this one will be with me forever. Okay, so now that I've done enough rambling, let's get started and get overhead, and I'm going to share with you the card. So a few months back, I participated in a demonstrator event, paid for event, with that was put on by another demonstrator in Canada, and the focus was on this bundle. And I'm going to share the cards with you now. The Rainbow of Happiness stamp set is in the mini catalog that goes through till the end of June. It is not carrying over into the annual catalog. I just wanted to share that with you. And the Designer Series paper, I think I might have mentioned, Sunshine and Rainbows, was from Celebration, but you can use any Designer Series paper you have on hand if you don't have that. So the colors are Bermuda Bay, Smoky Slate, Basic White, Magenta Madness, Mango Melody, Granny Apple Green, and Bermuda Bay. And the stamps we're going to be using all three of the rainbows, the raindrop, and we're going to be using a little something to brighten your day. Now, this card uses the punch, the rainbow punch, which I did not own, but it is carrying over into the annual catalog. But I do own Give It a Whirl, and this is the largest cloud in the Give It a Whirl stamp set. Give It a Whirl is carrying over into the new catalog, so I'm going to use that. It's a little bit smaller than this, but I'm going to make it work. Oh, and the other thing is, this die here, I can't find it. Somewhere in my craft room, it has fallen. I check the garbage before I put it out, but I cannot find it. And it's been a while since I've lost it. So it's somewhere, and it will appear at some point. So I'm changing that element up just a little bit. So let's get the Smoky Slate. And this is a Smoky Slate card base, I guess I should tell you, 4 by 5 1/4. And this is the raindrop die. We are going to put the raindrops around the edge because it's going to get covered up by the center element. You can take some of them off. And just randomly stamp around the edge. And just like that. Try to be more random than I am. Okay. And okay, so we are going to mount that to the front of the Bermuda Bay cardstock, which is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. And I started stamping it on the back side and I made a boo. So I just flipped it over. So I get my question to you all is, do you remember what the very first card you made with Stampin' Up! Is? I'm actually shocked. First off, I'm shocked that I still have the card. And I'm shocked that I still can find the card. But I have it actually pinned to a bulletin board because it inspired me. Yeah. Now we're going to take the piece of basic white, and it is 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. And I'm going to start with the largest rainbow and the Magenta Madness. If you want it to be very, very particular, I'm winging it, you can always use your Stamparatus to do this. But I'm going to wing it, and we're going to make it work. Okay, there's the Magenta Madness. Now the next color is Mango Melody. The good thing with the photopolymer is, I'm just going to test this, is that you can see, and I see a little bit of paper I have on my stamp. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do this without trying to get my head in there, but I'm going to get my head, I'm really sorry. And I'm going to line that up in between. There we go. Next color is going to be Granny Apple Green. And we're going to take the next smallest, or the next size down, rainbow. And I'm going to stamp that inside there. And like that. And I'm going to take this line, I'm just going to give it a little bit of detail. See, it photopolymer makes life so much easier. And then the last color is the Bermuda Bay. And I'm going to stamp that in the middle. Oh, I don't think I did a very... it's not perfect on this side, but I'm not going to take... Oh, maybe I will take the chance. I should have... when I looked at it, it didn't look like it was fully covered, and I should have taken the time to redo it, re-ink it. There we go. Woohoo! That's bright. Okay. Now, while I've got everything out, I'm going to take the cloud, and on this one we use the smoky slate, but I want something a little bit brighter. I'm going to use the Magenta Madness. Magenta Madness is one of the retiring ink colors, so it's going at the end of this month. Okay, this is a little bit smaller than there we go. A little something to brighten your day. It's a little small, but I'm going to make it work. All right, so now, how I said I lost that die there. So I'm going to take this scallop, and I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut this down here. And I think I measured 4. I did. I'm going to cut this down here. If you don't have what's needed, if you look in your stash, I know you've got something that will help out and that you can use in place. So I'm going to do that instead. I'm going to take my Tombow glue. Oh, and I didn't prime it ahead of time. Oh, that's going to come out. There we go. Oh, Elizabeth. I flipped it upside down. So now I've got adhesive on my sheet. Okay, and I'm just going to add it to the edge there. So we have that scalloped edge. So while I don't have this, I've got this. I'm making do with what I have. Let me just get this adhesive off here so everything doesn't stick to it. Okay, that's better. All right. Now we don't like this uneven edge here, so I'm going to just take a strip of Designer Series paper, which is 1 by 3 1/4, and I am going to layer it flush on here. I had to double check. I'm going to layer it flush on there like that. And it's just covering up the end of that rainbow. like that. Okay. And now this is easy peasy. I'm going to pop this up on here like that. And get out my dimensionals. Ooh, do I need a new package? These are left over from a paper pumpkin, so I'm going to use these. Use them all up, because you know I get excited when I finish off a package of dimensionals. So what should I do to celebrate my 15-year Stampiversary? I don't know what I'm going to do yet. New catalog goes live on May 3rd. I have to look. I think it's May 3rd. I'm doing a craft fair on May 14th. I have to look that up too. I'm bad with dates in case you didn't notice, but and that's going to get popped up here even like that. And then I'm going to pop this up just on the bottom like that. And if you wanted to take it up a notch, which I think I might do, I'm going to put some rhinestones like that. Let me get out some rhinestones. I didn't plan this ahead of time. So let me get out some rhinestones. And I'm going to use Magenta Madness to color the rhinestones. I'm going to put 3. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then 3 there. So that is the first card. Oh, and I'm going to have to put the inside in. And what should I? No, I'm going to leave the inside blank. I'm going to leave it blank. Who knows? This may end up in the craft fair. I'm doing a craft fair, but I don't do it for the crafts. I do it to advertise my classes and that I am the local Stampin' Up. That I am a local Stampin' Up demonstrator. So there was the card. There is the original card, and then there is the second card that we're doing today. I'm taking it up just a notch. That was the first card of the make and take from the event that I paid for, and with another demonstrator, and there'll be 2 more coming up. So thanks for checking in. Happy stamping, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.